Did you know that minimalism is a scam made by Big Small to sell you less more? Wait. So we're talking about some sailing stuff today. I think it's five big chonky ways to make absolute bank on release. We don't have all the info at this point of the video coming out. I will happily make new guides when this is released. I'll test some money makers. I will post the quickest way of doing it and all that stuff. So obviously subscribe if you want to catch that content. I'm also going to be posting in the Discord. The link is in the description. I'm going to have like a whole sailing guides area where first day of release, when we figure stuff out, we're going to post it in there. Step 1, buy 184 million Terramintar. And then other stuff. No, it's pretty sweet. I got this fat collection here. That has nothing to do with the video. Just figured I'd flex it. I can't use my lamp on that yet, so I'm going to boost up the agility. So, 5 ways of making absolute bank on the sailing release date. Now, this doesn't include things that you can do right now, such as stock up on things. I had 3 million swamp paste. I sold them for 40 coins each. I bought them at around 5 coins each many years ago. So that was sweet. The swamp tar, I'm keeping my 10 mil stack. I'm not selling that. But those have gone up quite a bit too. So I'm not talking about like the stuff that you could have merged beforehand. This is like day of release. What can I do to make a bunch of money? So first thing would be collecting resources. There's a broad kind of way of doing that. If you like the collection skills, there's a lot that you can do with that. So I'm going to jump into wood cutting first. If you actually go and click on trees, you can see we've got the Jabota trees. Which are pretty cool. Level 40, you've got the camphor trees, camphor at 66, ironwood trees at 80, and then rosewood trees at 92. You can also see already in the price checker here, if I look up rosewood logs, those are listed at 2K each. I imagine those will be worth more on release. So imagine you're chopping a few hundred of those per hour, then you can make bank. If you want to prep to do the wood cutting, then go get yourself a crystal tool seed would be good if you want to like chop stuff fast, but those are almost 30 mil. But even bigger than that would be a log basket from forestry. I got myself a log basket. It took an hour and a half. So you can find a guide to how to do forestry and get yourself a log basket. That lets you keep 56 logs in your inventory instead of 28. Is that guy on the water? No, that was just a forced perspective. Cool. So that'd be some wood cutting stuff. Some mining. There's different rocks that are coming into the game. We've got lead at level 25. Like you could, on a low level account, just start making some money by power mining some lead and selling it on the GE, I'm sure. And there's also a big one over here at 74, the nickel ore. So that looks like a nice like light green. It's a different color than Addy. It's a different color from Rune. It's kind of somewhere in between. If you actually go on the world map and you can find some places. I was looking over here at Brittle Isle. I don't know where these islands are yet. There was one off this shore here. And if I can't find it, I'm going to Grimstone. I was kind of looking right at it. On Grimstone, you can see that these rocks are over here. So there's places where you can come mine these new ores. And if you go into the dungeon, you can see there's some cool stuff there. So check out the world map if you haven't yet. That would be some mining stuff that you could do. Catching the new fish. There's a whole section for deep sea trawling. For those who don't know, like the most expensive fish that will be there is marlin. So it's basically you build your boat up, you get a net, and you can go and catch these fish and sell them. Marlin will heal 24 per bite, which is the new best in slot fish healing thing ever of all time. So that's pretty sweet. Hunter, there's some new crabs. Does it show here? Crab traps, the rainbow crabs. There's like they give you like resources that you can use for herb lore and different things. The crab stuff. If I look at potions, I think I can find in here somewhere Armadillo brew, rainbow crab paste. Anyways, you can build some pretty cool stuff. The coral as well leads me into my next one here. So catching the crabs and selling those resources if you want to do that. Farming, you can get some coral, you can get some cotton, some stuff like that, and sell those resources. For farming, you could also on day of release buy some of those seeds. If I remember correctly, rosewood. You've got rosewood seeds, so you could buy some of these. They listed the price at 62,420, which is quite the great meme. And you could build your own trees and chop them, which might be easier than getting to the islands where you chop them. TBD. Here's a really cool one. Thieving. What do we got here? Stalls. Look at that. Cannonball stall. Everybody is going to be using cannonballs for all of your combat tasks, and they're just going to be great. Like, if you can get rune cannonballs from that, those might be worth quite a bit of money. Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. So that's all of the like collecting that I could think of for some new stuff. Production is probably the even bigger one. With smithing, you can start making like cannonballs and stuff like that. So they would be in here somewhere. So if we look at like adamant, when can we make adamant cannonballs? Level 75. You've got adamant keel parts, so those are required to make your boat. So that's pretty sweet as well. So there's stuff that you can make here to try and make some money, some rune cannonballs at level 90. So that would be one of the production options. The big one to me is like actually making boat parts. So when you come over into the sailing guide, you can see, where is it here? Boats. No, core boat parts. That's what we're looking for. If you haven't seen this yet, you can actually click to see what materials you need to make a specific thing. So for a steel keel, you need 10 steel keel parts, 5 lead bars. If you have the big boat, it's 16 and 5. So that's where you can kind of see, like, what are these things going to be? Like, a lot of people are going to need like an Addy boat. To go from Addy to Rune, level 66 to 85, a lot of people are going to need these Addy parts. So that could be an easy way of making some cash. You don't even need to train your sailing. You just go and you build these things. You build the Addy keel parts using Addy bars. You turn them into these adamant keels, and then you sell them on the Grand Exchange. So you need 62 construction for that as well. So just building any sort of boat parts could be really good money. You'd have to test it out and see like what is it that that is the most money that you can kind of get here. So some masts and stuff like that, ironwood logs, 40 rune nails, and 5 bolts of cotton. Some items are going to be highly in demand for sure. So just making things will be huge money on release. Here's a big one, repair kits. This is like, where do we got here? That was my fantasy hockey that I leaked. Here we go. So, nope, I closed it. Ah, damn. Okay, let me just scrap that. Scrap that idea. There's repair kits that are tradable. I'll actually just search them up in here. Repair. There we go. Rosewood repair kits. These heal your boat 50 HP at a time. They're worth 12k. So I don't want to, like, when I'm training my sailing, I don't want to have to go and constantly make more repair kits. So if you just buy all of the required resources to build these yourself, I will just buy them in the G. It's like buying fish off the GE. And I feel like those are going to be a resource that are used a lot on release. Next up would be just like training the skill as fast as possible to get to the high levels, and then going and trying to get those new big ticket items. The biggest ticket item, when I was looking at, we've got Grimstone on here at level 87. You have to be level 87 to get to here. But down here you can kill some frost dragons, and those drop the dragon keel, not the dragon keel, but the dragon sheet part things. So if I look at core boat parts and we kind of scroll down to here, what do we need for this? 10 dragon keel parts. And for the keel parts, you need to make like you need sheets. There's so many dragon sheets that you need, and frost dragons as well as lava strike worms will be dropping all of those. I feel like it was like not Grimstone. I just looked that up. There's a spot out here. We're searching. It wasn't this island. Man, there's so many new islands, it's like easy to lose track. This one, Charred Island. Down here, there's resources and things like that. And in here are some lava strike worms. You need 60 sailing to get here, and you need 60 slayer to kill the lava strike worms. And they drop dragon parts, basically. So you could rush to level 60 and try and be the first person to get these dragon sheets and sell them on the Grand Exchange and make a crap load of money. So yeah, that would be good. There's some other bosses as well, like on if we go back to the surface here, all the way down here on the Great Conch. There's a lot going on here. There's a new Griffin boss. And when you kill the Griffin boss, the Shellbane Griffin, it drops a new rapier, the Bell's Folly. That could be a quick way of getting some cash too if you get one of the first rapiers in the game. That could be good to sell on the Grand Exchange as well. But yeah, in general, you're just rushing to get to those high levels to get those big ticket items. Some other ones would just be doing salvaging. So if you look at the shipwreck salvaging that you can look at here, you've got merchant shipwrecks. Like those are going to have a lot of money in them. Mercenary, pirate, Fremenic shipwrecks, all those high level ones will probably have some good drops for them. Oh, a little porcupine. Hey, man. So what else do we got here? So that would be like rushing the levels. So we went over like gathering resources, we went over producing resources into stuff, and then doing that. I think for sure just flipping items. If you wanted to be someone like the first dragon, let's look up the sheets. Dragon metal sheet, 135k each. Like they're probably the same drop rate as, I don't know, maybe you get like 5 to 10 an hour. Anyways, if you wanted to like buy them for $1 mil and sell them for $2 mil, you might make a lot of money. You might buy the first rapier in the game and sell that for a high amount. You might buy the first dragon cannon. So if we look at the cannon, where is it here? Dragon cannon barrel, 10 mil. Maybe you buy the first one for 50 and sell it for 70. So that would be a good way of making some fat stacks, would be just flipping the new items. Sometimes the margins on those are just insane. And last but not least, let's buy the dip, shall we? So when we come back to here, here's an example. It doesn't look like much of a dip because this is when the content came out. But if we look at, it was July 23rd, right around here. July 23rd is when Oathplate kind of hit its bottom price, 70 mil. No one needed Oathplate to kill the new Doom boss, so people were selling it and buying other items, which I will show you in a second. 70 mil, you buy it there. You just wait a little bit and you can sell it for 92. Some of these margins are even bigger on these Oathplate pieces, and not Oathplate, just items in general. Like people might all sell their T-bow on day one because there's no content that requires it, and they'd rather have the cash to buy the dragon boat upgrades. So I definitely encourage that as a flipping, like sort of long-term flips and stuff like that. You could make some quick money on day one too. Just watching like the top YouTubers to see like what are they doing. Oh, this boss is weak to this. You could buy those items and they might skyrocket, or you could sell the items that have no use on release because they will probably return back to what they were at before. Zarite crossbow, very good example here. This is the Doom release, 295 mil, 297, 299, and then here's the release, boom, 388, up 100 mil in a day, goes down a couple days later, goes back. Like it was so useful at the Delve boss. They nerfed it, it went back down, you buy the dip, it goes back up. Like just merching in general would make you a ton of money. I personally am thinking of bonding up a second account, my alt, and just building repair kits, because I feel like that could be some major cash. You just build them in your house. It's probably pretty AFK to do. I'm either going to do that or I'm just going to go do like salvaging for some AFK money. And then alternative number 3 would be you actually go to these islands. Like on this island here, you can see rare trees. Like this is Laguna Aurora is probably, what is it? Laguna Aurora. Like these rare trees are probably some of those new big trees that you can get to. So it might be something that I do, just go chop some logs and sell them. But I'll try and figure out what the best money is on release. And again, I'll make some guides on some different stuff. When Yama released, I made a couple 100 mil building Oathplate pieces of armor. It was crazy. It was really, really, really good money. So I definitely don't regret having done that on release. Let me know if you have any strategies for making some fat cash on release. On my main account, like I want to get level 99 Slayer as fast as possible, but I'll probably pause at 87 and just make a bunch of money off of those, the Island of Stone. No, I still can't find that island. Here it is. There's so many islands, man. Grimstone, go in here, kill some frost dragons, get a bunch of the dragon sheets, sell them on the Grand Exchange. I'm considering doing that. Just take like a day break to make as much cash as possible. So again, let me know what you think in the comments. And Bob is your uncle, and thanks for watching, and goodbye, and farewell, and goodbye. Hi, yeah, and goodbye. See ya. Oh, hey, how's it going? Goodbye.